Is this in the way? Should I put it somewhere else? Mike, should I put this somewhere else? Okay. Okay, sir, yes, sir. We got.
Ty, can you kind of take us through your emotions just as that final buzzer sounds and the ceremony's about to start?
It's a special feeling. To do it with this group. You know, we got to the same spot last year, fell short. And, man, we just worked our tails off as a group to get back here. It's been a bumpy road with our start. And, man, just really proud of the resilience of this group. We had so many different guys chip in. We've been through so many things this year. And we just kept pushing. And, like I said, I'm just really proud of this group.
I saw you and Pascal's long embrace down there. What was that like for you two?
Yeah, it's special, man. Obviously, when we brought him here, you know, we envisioned, you know, doing something like this, doing something special. And, you know, it's just really special that he's been here. He's been like a big brother for me, somebody that I can really trust, somebody that I can really lean on to talk to, and just somebody who can always keep me steady. And, you know, this is an exciting time. You know, but we understand that there's a long road ahead, you know, a lot more work to do. But, yeah, it's really special, you know, to do this. And we just talked about, man, this is what we got together to do, you know, to do something special. And we're part of it right now. We're doing something special. And like I said, we got 4 more to go.
Ty, when you were traded here, Kevin Pritchard came out before your first game and said this is like us landing our Andrew Luck or our Peyton Manning. To have this team now in the NBA Finals, what does it mean to go from that to this?
Yeah, it means a lot. It means a lot. You know, this is a franchise that took a chance on me, saw something that other people didn't see in me. You know, sometimes I think they saw more in me than I saw in myself, you know. And, you know, Coach Carlisle, the whole staff, you know, KP, Chad, all those guys just stay on me all the time, you know, to keep getting better, to keep improving, you know, to keep pushing. And, man, I wouldn't be here without those guys. So appreciate them taking a chance on me. I love being a Pacer. You know, it's there's nothing like it. And this is a really, really special feeling for me. You know, I'll take the time to reflect on it, you know, later because, you know, still a lot more work to do. But, you know, this is really exciting.
Ty, I know you live in the moment and look ahead, but history's important too. And to do it almost 25 years to the day than the last time, same team, Reggie, Jalen in the building and on the home court, how much special, even more special, does that make it?
Yeah, obviously Reggie in the building, it is a really special thing. When it happened 25 years ago, I was not even 6 months old. So, you know, I think this is a really special time for our organization, special time for our fans. You know, there's a lot of fans who, you know, have never seen this success from this organization, you know, especially people around my age, you know, they weren't alive for it. So, you know, it's really special what we're doing, and we're just trying to keep making this a special place, a place where people want to, you know, come and people want to watch and want to be a part of. And, you know, this is a really, really special group, and I'm really thankful that I'm doing it with these guys. I'm thankful that our front office believed in this group to keep us together, to not do a crazy roster turnover, to keep this group together and, you know, see something in ourselves that maybe, quote unquote, experts didn't see. So yeah, it's really special, but, you know, we understand we got a long road ahead. But yeah, like I said, it's just a special feeling.
In tonight's game, Obi Toppin off the bench, and I had 3 blocks, 18 points. What did you think of his play, and how impactful were those big plays that he had?
He had 3 blocks? Wow. Yeah, trying to get like me. We always mess with him because, you know, he's got all that athleticism, but just doesn't use it on the defensive end sometimes. But nah, Obi was big for us off the bench. You know, obviously this series, playing against his team, is probably a little bit more juice for him, considering this is where, you know, he came from. But, man, he was special tonight. Just did all the little things that we need him to do, made play after play, especially down the stretch, cutting, rolling. You know, that's why we brought him here. So, really special. And we understand we've preached depth this whole year. You know, we keep talking about it. And it's not just a word we use, you know, for fun. You know, this is our identity and this is who we are. And so I thought we did a great job of utilizing that. we had many different people step up. I thought Jarris Walker was amazing. You know, the guy like that who, you know, his minutes have come here and there in this series. He hasn't really seen a ton of playing time. And he came and was prepared to go. And I thought he had big-time minutes. And Thomas Bryant, you know, he's had a couple games where he had, you know, a couple DNPs, came prepared and made some big-time shots and big-time plays. So that's just what's important to us. We've been preaching, you know, how special we are as a group and how much depth matters, and we're showing it. So, like I said, man, it's just really special.
In Gainbridge Fieldhouse with Pacers fans celebrating this moment and a moment in history for Pacers.
Yeah, I think as a group, you know, we really did want to get it done in the Garden last game, but I thought we just didn't come out and play the right way. But I looked at it as kind of like delayed gratification, you know. You look at it and understand we didn't come to play in Game 5. I don't know where Doyle is, but, you know, we just didn't play hard enough, you know, and that happens. I know that was a question, but we just didn't play hard enough. And I thought we did a great job responding. I thought we did a great job of controlling the margins and winning that battle. So like I said, I'm just really proud of you know, of this group, and it is special to do it in front of our fans, in front of our family, and enjoy it with them. And yeah, it's definitely you know, probably be a core memory in our lives. But I think there's you know, a lot more work to do, and you know, let's just keep creating memories.
Kind of on that note, 10 steals, 18 turnovers, 34 points off turnovers. Just how important was defense tonight? I guess what does it say, I guess, for just the progress you guys have made over the course of really the last year and a half to get to this point, and it's defense to kind of get you in there in the NBA Finals?
Yeah, I just think the buy-in from our whole group has been huge. You know, last year, all that was being said was we couldn't win because we don't guard anybody. And all we try to do is outscore people. And I think we've taken such a big step on the defensive end as a group. You know, I think Andrew, Aaron, and Miles kind of lead that, you know, and me and Pete do, you know, are, you know, trying to follow their lead and get it going on that side of the ball. And then our bench guys just come in and bring more energy. So, you know, I think the step we've made on that side of the floor is why we're here. And, you know, we got our work cut out for us, you know, playing against MVP, playing against one of the best offenses in the league, the best team in the league. So we got to be prepared next series. But I think our buy-in as a group has been huge, and you know, I'm just really proud of our group.
Yeah, Ty, I wanted to ask, like, in the whirlwind of your first finals celebration, do you think at all about the Thunder, or are you too much now, like, oh my God, we made the finals?
Yeah, you know, I think human nature, when you see them win, you know, it's easy to watch them win and be like, okay, so we're going to play next. You know, we just got to win one more game. And I think that's the human nature part of it. But I think we talked as a group about just being as present as possible, because this game very well could have went a different way. And then, you know, all the pressure would be on us to go win there in Game 7. So just trying to be as present as possible as a group. And I think there was never a conversation about, oh, we play OKC next and what is it going to look like and blah, blah, blah. There was never that conversation, but I think human nature is going to creep in. You know, you're going to think about it. But I thought we did a great job of living in the moment today, making the plays we needed to today. And, yeah, I'd be lying if I told you right now my head's not thinking about what's next and, you know, how we're going to attack these guys and, you know, compete against these guys and what we're getting into. But I just trying to be as present as possible because, like I said, this is going to be something that I remember, you know, for the rest of my life. And so I want to be as present as I can, and I will. But you know, of course, I'm thinking about what's next because you know we got to work it out for us.
I want to think about kind of what came before really quick. Just, you know, considering the rough start you guys had, you're under 500 in January even. Just what did it take for this group to make a run to the finals?
I think many things. I think honesty with each other, you know, having to look at ourselves in the mirror and see where we had to make our biggest change. Commitment to one another to do that. You know, we had, you know, two guys go down, both our backup bigs go down early in the year with torn Achilles. You know, AA and Drew go through some early season injuries. We're, you know, starting different guys. Many different guys are playing. And I thought we just did a great job of staying together as a group and not worrying about outside noise. You know, internally, we had expectations to be here. And this isn't a surprise to any of us because of what we wanted to do. And I think, obviously there's a turning point there in December or January or whatever the case may be. But I just thought we did a great job of, like I mentioned earlier, just being as present as possible, not living in the past, not worrying about what's next, just worrying about what's now. And I thought we did a great job of that as a group. And, I think we all went through different things this year. Obviously, me personally, I had my struggles. Many guys had their struggles. But I think as a group, we just leaned on each other. And that's the most special part about this group. These guys in the locker room are, going to be my brothers for life, and, what they've done for me, I can't even, really put into words because, where I was earlier in the year was really, really tough for me. And, I'm just really appreciative of those guys, appreciative of this moment and the fans and everybody sticking with me and my family and my loved ones. And, I think there's a lot that went into it, and it's hard to really put into words like in this moment. But yeah, it's a special time to be a part of this group. It's a special time to be a Pacer fan and to be a part of this organization. And we just have great people in that locker room, from our players to our coaches to our support staff to our ball boys to everybody. To everybody that is a part of this. So it's a really special feeling. And I could ramble and ramble and ramble, and I probably am right now. But I just think I can't put into words how special this group is and how much this means to us. So, like I said, we're gonna enjoy it for the night, and then as a group come together and get ready for what's in front of us. Because what's in front of us is the first of four, and we understand we got a big challenge in front of us, a great team, and we're gonna be prepared. And we're gonna be ready. So I'm looking forward to it. Appreciate it, guys.